Hey everyone, Jeff Bickley here with AcuSpray. I'm here in Van Buren Township, Michigan, in the heart of America's manufacturing belt, outside of Exedy's headquarters, where they're building something that's already making waves in the spray drone industry, the Exedy Ayre CX. Now, this drone has been generating a lot of chatter for a reason. It's designed to solve some of the biggest headaches operators have faced, like unreliable systems, fragile supply chains, and drones that just weren't built with U.S. compliance in mind. But today isn't so much about specs or sales, it's about what goes into building the drone. So follow me and we'll head inside for a look at how Exedy builds one of the only spray drones designed for scale right here in Michigan. So come on, let's go. All right, so I am here with Scott Bender, who is the VP of Engineering, Operations, and Technology here at Exedy, who has been working on the spray drone project for the past couple of years. Yep. Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me, man. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people have a ton of questions about what you all have been working on, and just super excited to begin walking through that with you. Now, before we get into the discussion about the drone, I'd like to take a step back and talk about the company's history for a minute, because you guys have been around for a long time. You have a rich history. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, sure. So Exedy Corporation was originally founded back in 1923 in Japan. We've been in the driveline and powertrain space for over a century now, supplying clutches, torque converters, and flywheels to the world's biggest automotive manufacturers. In the U.S., our operations started in the late 1970s. We've been manufacturing in the U.S. since 1988. That includes both OEM and aftermarket production, serving brands like GM, Ford, and others. The U.S. business operates under Exedy Global Parts Corporation, and that's the team building this drone.
Wow, wow. So 1923, so you guys are over 100 years old, but the U.S. company was founded in the 1970s. And that's awesome. So you guys are building powertrains and parts and everything for American cars, and have been for a long time. But Exedy Global Parts, that's a true American company. Can you speak to how that is kind of works out a little bit?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Exedy Corporation is our global parent based in Japan, but Exedy Global Parts is a Michigan-based corporation. We operate independently here in Michigan. We employ U.S. workers, and the profits generated by our U.S. operations are reinvested right here. In fact, a lot of what's funding this drone program came directly from the work we've done in the U.S. automotive sector. So yes, we're part of a global brand, but this drone is being built by an American company in an American facility by American workers for the American ag industry.
That makes a lot of sense. So how did you guys get into drones? When did that process start?
Well, I've been in manufacturing for a long time, but I've also have a farm up in the thumb of Michigan. And I've seen firsthand what's happening in agriculture right now. Rising equipment costs, falling commodity prices, and even more pressure on the farmer than ever. The idea started a couple years ago. We had the infrastructure, the engineering capability, and the workforce. But more importantly, we saw a need. Drones can give farmers a real edge, and we wanted to be a part of something that actually helps feed America. Now, we're not leaving automotive. We're proud of what we've built here. We're proud of what we're doing in the automotive space. But we also want to bring that same level of manufacturing integrity to an industry that really needs reliable, cost-effective, scalable tools.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it blows my mind when you look at the price of corn right now, right? It's only up about 30% from what it was in the 1970s, probably about the time you guys came to the U.S. But a new John Deere combine at the time was what, maybe $10,000, $15,000, right? So today it's pushing $750,000. It's like, I don't know, 4,000% increase. It's crazy. You know, these drones cost a tiny fraction of that. And they're so much more versatile. I mean, we've put them in places where a ground rig would be completely impractical.
Absolutely. I mean, you're spot on. That's exactly what we wanted to be a part of in this space. It just makes sense for the farmer and for the future of ag.
Yeah. So going back to your roots in automotive, maybe speak to how that background has influenced how this drone is being manufactured.
Yeah, the automotive industry demands consistency and accountability. If you can't build the same thing the same way every time, you're out of business. We brought that same mindset to this platform, and everything we do here follows a process rooted in lean manufacturing. Every drone that leaves this facility is built the same way, tested the same way, documented the same way. That's what allows us to scale while maintaining the level of quality people expect from an American manufacturer.
Yeah, wow, I love that. I mean, so talking about American manufacturing, maybe you can shed a little bit of light on what built in USA actually means. I think there's a lot of confusion about that. A lot of drones maybe that claim to be built in the USA and that may not be true, technically speaking. So maybe touch on that a little bit, because that's more than just a label.
Yep, absolutely. For us, built in the USA isn't a marketing slogan, it's a commitment. Our first production runs will be built here in Michigan with locally and globally sourced components. Our goal is to move even more sourcing stateside and meet FTC requirements for full build in the USA very soon. And you know, this facility isn't just an assembly line, it's a manufacturing operation with real infrastructure, real people, and real accountability. I mean, every drone that goes out the door has American hands and American engineering behind it. And that's something we take pride in.
Yeah, that's huge. So speaking about commitments, there have been a lot of promises that have been made in this space. And when people are making decisions, buying decisions, it's important that those commitments are honored. So what is Exedy committed to delivering to the operators, those who depend on this equipment?
Yeah, we're committed to reliability and support, plain and simple. You know, when an operator needs to fly, they shouldn't be waiting on parts or wondering if their equipment will hold up. We're building the infrastructure to support them, train dealers, provide in-season part availability, and provide a product designed with compliance and serviceability in mind. We're building this to be reliable, accessible, and compliant right out of the gate. Reliable means it just works when it's supposed to. No fluff, no overcomplication. Accessible means it's here in the US with a real supply chain behind it. We're ready to go when you need us. And compliant means everything we're doing is transparent and aligned with FAA and FCC standards from day one.
Yeah, man, that's so huge. You talk about reliability and accessibility. I mean, just reflecting back on the past year for us, we had a ton of problems with drones going down and not having replacement parts. And that wasn't just for us, it was the whole industry. And when you rely on this equipment for your livelihood, you just can't wait. So I love that those are kind of your guideposts, so to speak. So what did you say? Reliable, accessible, and compliant?
That's right.
Okay, so let's press into that just a little bit. Let's talk about how those values define the development process here at Exedy with the drone.
Yeah, we approach this the same way we build anything at Exedy, through disciplined engineering, process control, and attention to detail. Reliability starts at the design level, but it's reinforced through lean manufacturing and tight quality checks at every station. We didn't chase the latest gadgets or trendy tech. We're focused on what operators need in the field. They need a platform that just works and keeps working.
Yeah.
This is what we've done for decades in the automotive world.
That's so good. I mean, that answers so many of the problems that folks are facing, and the fact that you guys are leading with that commitment is huge. Honestly, kind of like a tall glass of water in the desert. I mean, I really appreciate that. But well, Scott, thank you again for taking the time to sit down with me today and walk through this. We are super excited about what you all have been working on, and really look forward to digging into some of the details, some more of the specs here in the coming weeks. But again, Scott, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. All right, so we will continue to dig in to some of the specs and some of the nuanced details. I know you all have a ton of questions about the Exedy drone and its capabilities, all of those things, and we'll get into that in the videos coming up. Well, big thanks to Scott and the entire Exedy team for letting us pull back the curtain just a little bit today. It's one thing to hear about a new drone coming to the market, and it's another to actually see and learn about the infrastructure behind it. We've got a lot more to show you in the next video, so if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do that now. We'll be continuing to unpack what makes this platform different, where it came from, and where it's headed. Until then, as always, be safe, fly smart, and keep building.